Hi, welcome to Music Monday, New Mexico. Tonight we have a very special guest from Santa Fe, Swing Soleil, Gypsy Jazz. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One, two, one, two, three, four.
I'll
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. We just performed Under Paris Skies, and then before that was All of Me, and we opened up the set with Coquette. Here's one entitled After You're Gone. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
After you've gone and left me crying, after you've gone, there's no denying you feel blue, you feel sad, you miss the greatest friend that you've ever had. There'll come a time you won't forget it. There'll come a time when you
we're going to slow it down and do a very pretty Django Reinhardt composition entitled Melody a Crepuscule. One, two, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you very much, folks. That was entitled Belleville. And now we're going to play a blues composition by Django in the key of A minor, minor blues. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was Nature Boy. Thank you very much. All right, this next one, Song de Tome, was written by Archibald Joyce in 1912, and it was one of the songs that was played during a mighty big ship that was going down because it hit an iceberg. That's our little history lesson for today. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you. One, two, three, four. On you, Mom. Django Reinhardt. Right, Charlotte? blanc bolero. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Merci. A bientôt. We have Hillary on the violin, Charlotte on the double bass, Charlie on rhythm guitar, and I'm Pat Longmire on guitar. Swing Soleil, if you like the music, there's contact information. Let us know, and thank you very much. Desante, thank you very much for having us.
Hi, welcome to Music Monday. I'm your host for the night, Desante Nava. I am sitting here with Swing Soleil. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Desante. It was an honor to be here. I'm Patrick Longmire, guitar player, and I'm influenced by Django Reinhardt, whole bunch of people. Eric Clapton, Freddie Green, big band, and been playing music professionally for about 41 years.
Nice.
My name's Hillary Schacht, and I live in Santa Fe. I play violin. I'm a singer and a teacher. And I'm influenced by all styles of music. I think every style of music could be good, it could be bad, and it's great to play in this band because I've learned a lot about this style of music, and I really enjoy it.
My name is Charlie Freeman, and I grew up outside of Chicago, so my main musical influence are the blues. And playing in this band has been just a revelation, a whole different genre, things that I hadn't even heard of before, and it's just been a blast.
And my name is Charlotte Overby, and I've been a bass player for a long time, played in a lot of different kinds of bands and different styles, but really love this music, and I'm really grateful to play with such amazing musicians.
All right. So, from what I've seen, Swing Soleil has a pretty impressive resume.
We've been together since 2012. Charlie was telling me, no, that guy didn't write that song in 2012. It was 1912, so I got those numbers in my head. But yeah, we've done some very good, gigs, important gigs. And, we've had band personnel changes, but I would say Hillary and Charlie and I, we've been at it for a number of years. And Charlotte's a recent addition. And my career, I've played in a lot of, like bluegrass bands, regional bands. We played at Telluride, Silverton, and opened up for guys like David Grisman, Tony Rice, and, these were kind of the progressive guys. But I played, with some really good musicians. But as time went on, I loved the instrumental part of bluegrass. But, I was just listening more to Django. And as a guitar player, I said, okay, what's the next level I could take it at and really, keep going. And there's no stopping with this music.
Definitely. Charlotte, how long have you been with the group?
Since October of 2019. So Patrick and I started getting together, working hard to bring me up to speed as the newest person in the band. And then, of course, everything turned upside down for everyone in 2020. So we had to put a hold on things. I played a lot at home for my cats and a few family members, and did that for a number of months until we could get back together, wearing masks and also playing outside. We did that a lot too.
All right. And you teach music.
I do. This year I've been teaching strings in our schools. It's a program that I have through the Santa Fe Chamber Music Festival, and I teach in Santa Fe and in Pecos.
All right. How has that been teaching with COVID?
It has been a ride, I will tell you. There's a lot of good that came out of it. We all learned a lot. Students did amazing. And the kids that stuck through it, I really think it's helped them a lot. Music really makes a difference. I've been told that my students are at the top of their class, and I think that comes with the discipline of having an art, having a practice. And I'm really proud. I'm a really proud teacher this year.
Yeah.
All right. It's all the more reason to keep music in the schools.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
So tell me about the blues. I like the blues. Who are you?
Well, gosh, where to start? Back in the mid-'60s when the British invasion happened and every kid and their brother wanted to pick up guitar, and so I was one of those guys. And, when you're playing by yourself or at home or just picking up with friends, picking up the blues is really easy, I guess is the best way to say it. So I've been off and on with a guitar for a long time. As Pat said, we started playing together in 2012. Hard to imagine it's been that long. So it's been a great ride. But we don't get to play a lot of blues anymore, but I still having fun.
Are you missing the blues?
I still play the blues, just not all the time.
It's such a different genre. It's so outside the box.
Well, yeah, it is. And I'm also, I guess I should say, I'm very fortunate to be one of the few guitarists that got to play every week during the last year because I'm also playing in our church band. So that exposes me to yet another genre of music. So it's nice to keep my options open, I guess.
Right. Well, and I agree that there's you can find inspiration in every genre.
Absolutely. I mean, Django did a lot of blues, you know, and I read interviews about Jimi Hendrix, you know, and Jeff Beck, and say, oh, Django was a major influence. Jeff Beck said, well, Django would hit one note and it's like an orchestra. And when he started playing electric guitar in the early 50s, when I listened to Clapton and Jeff Beck, I hear those licks, you know. So they were listening to that music.
Right.
Keith Richards was listening to that music. And, good old Keith, you know, he's still with us.
Right. I think he'll be with us for quite a while.
He'll outlive us all. But you know, blues is really close to jazz too. You know, and there's a lot of blues in jazz, and you have the basic structure of a song, and then just the improvisation. And a lot of Django music, I think, is definitely improvisation. You know, okay, we'll do the melody once, but we're gonna all go around 4 or 5 times in solos.
Where do you like to find influence outside of jazz?
I play with a wonderful friend of mine, and he's a composer, and he plays accordion. And so we do a lot of original music. I find a lot of inspiration from my students as well. I continue my classical practice, and I'm fascinated with culture and language. And so I like to travel. So I learn a lot when I travel. And I meet a lot of people. I'm a very social individual, and I try to play with anybody I can, no matter what level that they're at. Because you can always bring something and receive something from whoever that is. And I live for that. I live for that culture, that different countries, and just general folk music, I guess, from around the world. As like all music is influenced by culture, and you know, music is the universal language. So it's a really good way to communicate when you're traveling.
I agree. That's what brings us all together.
Yeah.
Is music.
Yeah.
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 So Charlotte, what do you like to listen to?
Oh, I listen to everything as well. I listen to strange old Norwegian folk music. I listen to this kind of music. I grew up listening to old-time fiddle music from Missouri, and I'm with Hillary. Through music, I have met some of the most remarkable people, and I am someone who's moved a fair bit as an adult, and every new community, there's always a jam, there's always a place where musicians gather. And that's the first place I would go and meet the local musicians. And so I just think it makes your brain work a little differently than it might every other part of the day. And I think it's a life force. And whether you listen to it or you play it, without it, we would really all be diminished and have a less full life, I think.
Right.
I totally agree with that. That's totally correct. I have to ask, is this guitar your first instrument?
Yes.
Guitar yours?
My only one.
You started with violin?
I'm a vocalist. I started with voice and piano, actually.
Okay. Do you still play piano?
I do.
Anyone you like better?
Well, the violin, I did play for a little while as a child. I played many instruments. But I really focused on voice, on vocals. And violin came back to me a little bit later in life. I had a terrible injury, and it was one of the ways I healed was learning to play the violin. And because I could read music, it was easy for me to pick up, and because I can hear music, it was really fun to mess around with. And I guess there's a demand for lead instruments, so I've just been playing ever since I picked it back up.
Nice. And for writing, it's probably easier on keyboard, piano? I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
or
Yeah.
guitar, I play guitar too. Yeah.
Ah. What don't you play? Let's put it that way.
Right.
The only instrument I cannot play is the drum set.
Oh,
Wow.
how's the
That'll be coming.
hurdy-gurdy coming?
But I've practiced the drum set a little. The hurdy-gurdy, I thought I
Little
could
be
figure it out.
Yeah, no, Hillary's just the best musician I have ever played with, and it really is an honor. I
Thank
learn
you,
a lot.
Patrick.
She's a mentor, and we played enough together. We're kind of like one person with this style of music, and we get into some really good, it's just a lot of fun. Bottom line being it's fun, but it's very educational.
It is, for sure. Do you play anything besides the bass?
I play guitar. And when I was about 12, I told my parents, I really love an electric guitar. And my dad got me a classical guitar. I was a little disappointed that I wasn't going to be, a 13-year-old rocker, but got there eventually. But switched to bass in my 20s, early 20s.
Do you miss guitar?
No, because I get to hear these guys. I don't miss it too much. I love to take it camping and like to noodle and share it with people in that way, but the bass is really my thing.
Nice. Well, you guys are great. Let's see, you're on Facebook.
We're on Facebook, and then swingsoleil.com, and then we've got swingsoleil@gmail.com, and then we have a Twitter?
Instagram.
Instagram,
Right.
yeah. Yeah, so we're trying, the getting involved, letting people know, we do emails, we have a mailing list and whatnot, but it's good to reach out because there's so many different platforms.
There is. And you have a website as well?
We've got a website, and Charlotte and I are working on that a little bit, and it's getting there, and so, yeah.
All right. What is next for Swing Soleil?
Well, let's see, next Friday, the 4th, we're at El Dorado at a farmer's market. Friday afternoon, 4:30 to 6:30, and and that's fun, and it's just, I'm just in heaven playing in front of people. First when you start out, you get really nervous, but when you're into it, you connect to the audience. As Charlotte was saying, it's just, it's fun, and we've got some more gigs coming up. We're building it up again.
All right. Sounds good. Any recording in the future?
Well, I'm planning, my nephew has a recording studio, and I kind of did a side project. I'm calling it the COVID sessions, but I've recorded about 7 Django tunes, and I played all, 4 rhythm tracks, and the melodies and the solos. But when you have, playing with a group, I think it sounds more alive.